The story of Isaac and Ishmael. After the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, Abraham moved away from Hebron. He journeyed south and west into the land of the Philistines near the Great Sea and made his home in a place called Gerar. He lived in Gerar for a while until God gave him and Sarah the child he had promised, and Abraham named the child Isaac. When Isaac grew old enough, Abraham decided to give a great feast in his honor. Everyone loved little Isaac. Ishmael, the son of Hagar, Sarah's maid, was at the feast also. And though Ishmael was much older than little Isaac, he was playing with him when something happened. Sarah was passing by the two boys and heard Ishmael mocking little Isaac. She was not happy at all. Sarah went to Abraham and said, "You must send Ishmael and his mother away. I don't want them here." Abraham hesitated, for he loved Ishmael, and he thought that the boy might learn to be kinder. A little while after, though, God came to Abraham and told him that he should indeed send Ishmael away, for his destiny lay elsewhere. So the next morning Abraham called Hagar and told her that she must take Ishmael and go away. He gave her food and water for the journey and wished them farewell. Abraham stood watching as Hagar and Ishmael started walking toward the land of Egypt, where Hagar used to live when she was a little girl. The road to Egypt was tricky and hard, since they had to cross a hot and dry desert. Soon, Hagar found herself lost and did not know which way to go. After a while, there was no more food in her basket, nor water in the bottle Abraham had given her. The hot sun beat down upon the dry, burning sand all day, until Hagar and Ishmael grew so thirsty, faint, and weak that they could go no further. Hagar laid her suffering boy beneath the shade of a little bush and went to sit at some short distance away. "I cannot bear to see him suffer and die," she thought to herself, and then she wept. But God had not forgotten about Hagar and Ishmael. Hagar heard a voice calling to her from out of heaven. "What is the cause of your sorrow, Hagar? Do not be afraid, for I have heard Ishmael's cry of pain, and I will save his life and make of him a great nation. Go now and lift him up." Hagar ran to her son and saw a spring of water which God caused to bubble up out of the dry ground nearby. She quickly filled her empty bottle and gave Ishmael a drink. Hagar and Ishmael decided not to journey on to Egypt, but made their home in the desert, far from other people. God cared for them, and Ishmael grew to be a strong hunter, always carrying a bow and arrows. His children also grew up there and became strong like their father. They were called Arabians, and even today their descendants live in the desert and wander about wherever they please, just as Ishmael, their forefather, did so long ago. The end.